Hi Scorpio, welcome to your May 2019 reading. So now to the end of the month, whenever you see this. And guys, this month I think I'm going to do a separate love reading. So we'll get the general energies for now, and then I want to do a separate reading for all the signs for love. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, feel free to do that. Otherwise, let's get into your reading. So whenever I do my readings, I always start with a bunch of angel cards, and you know, kind of what they're telling me is something's brewing for you guys, and it feels like something getting ready to materialize, and it feels like something that you've been focusing on for a while. So if this is an idea, if this is an adventure, if this is, it's like a life though. It feels broader than just like a trip or something like that. It feels like something really big is materializing. So maybe this is something that you've been hoping for a while is kind of starting to blossom, to unfold, to kind of show the next steps or how it's going to, it's like showing itself. Anyways, you have all these cards of like meditation, manifestation, visualization. There's a card here of adventure. So anyways, I guess each individual person will know how this specifically applies to you, but let's get into your reading. Interestingly, the second card after, the card of Imagine, it says clearly visualize the life you want, feel it in your heart and soul, is the next card is Archangel Michael, and it's about when you're feeling fearful, knowing that you're protected. So with these two cards showing up first, it almost makes me feel like there's some hesitation. So it's probably something bigger, something either you're really thinking or considering committing to or moving forward with. Yeah. So as I'm talking, the Eight of Cups is flipping over. So the Eight of Cups is about having a satisfying life, but it's almost like with all of the change and all of the growth I feel like this recent past few months have brought, it's almost like it's good, but it's not everything. So there's this energy of wanting more, growing more, stepping outside of the comfort zone for you guys. So let's see. Tell me, what is the energy for Scorpio? What's the central energy for Scorpio for the month of May? What's the central energy for Scorpio? Ace of Wands. Yeah, this passion, like what will bring more of this into your life? This can be adventure, this can be a person, this can be a relationship, this can be anything. It could be a class to bring two people better, closer together. This is the card of intimacy also. New beginnings. This is love for sure, or passion. This can relate to work as well, but let's see what the cards surrounding it. This is wanting something new though, wanting something to growth with something new, wanting it to materialize, wanting it to go further. This can be a new direction. I mean, for each person this is going to be different, but behind it has that that drive, like, it's like the want behind it, I feel. Yeah. Helping or hindering that is Death card. This is your card. I feel like you are helping or hindering this, progression or not. I feel like a little bit of in and out energy, so not sure, then being sure, but it's like this in-between phase. Death comes in when something needs to kind of be removed from our lives. This is, I feel like this is the doorway kind of between the old and the new life. And we're kind of just like in the middle right now. Not sure if we're going to take this leap. Not sure if we're satisfied with where we are. It's not about not being satisfied. It's about having more. And it's, I feel like it's about taking the risk and knowing that you're supported. So when I feel that energy, it's, the need for having faith, need for, gosh, on the bottom of the deck, The need to follow your heart and knowing that that's the right way. I always say when our heart and our actions are in alignment, that's where magic happens, truly. So removing anything that needs to be removed, allowing it to go. It could be thoughts, feelings. With death, it's usually things that no longer match our vibe, so lower vibrational energies. Maybe it won't work out, maybe it's not the right path. Anything like this, it's not helpful. Just listen to your heart. What's in Scorpio's subconscious? What does their higher self want them to know? What does Scorpio's higher self want them to know? This is holding on to the past. Plain and simple. This is also not moving, not taking action. This is about thinking. I feel thinking with this. Not letting anybody in. Being a little bit stubborn. Again, with this death card, some things need to leave your life, and this is like clinging to them, essentially. Definitely some, this heavy-hitting Uranus and Taurus energy that's, hitting you, because this is your sister sign. I feel definitely changed, needing to release, not quite wanting to do that. It's been hard for a lot of us coming into this new kind of paradigm in life. Your past energy is the King of Pentacles. This could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody that feels very stable, though. They have their stuff together, I feel. This could be somebody that recently entered your life, or somebody from your past that is, that perhaps needs, if it's from the past, I feel like they probably need to be let go. But if it's somebody that recently entered your life, it's telling me there's a new beginning. And you need to let go of the past. What's the current energy for Scorpio? What's the current energy for Scorpio? King of Swords. I feel like with the King of Swords, there needs to be honest communication between you. It could be your spouse, could be somebody else, it could be with yourself. Honest communication. Internal dialogue. I mean, this can come in many ways, especially if you're single. But it's like being very honest, getting pen to paper. What does this vision card, what does your, life look like? If there were no restrictions, what do you want to experience? What do you want to bring in this new cycle? What do you want? And it's saying, by being very clear, it's almost like kind of law of attraction energy. I mean, it brings transformation. It sets kind of the energy in motion. What do you need to be happy? What do you want to experience? This can be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, the Sun in your future. Yeah, with this energy, looking at this, there's a new beginning, but it feels like there's lots of this is Scorpio energy, really thinking about things, overthinking things, internalizing things, not expressing. But at the very least, be very honest with yourself. What does this new beginning look like? Because the future energy is the Sun. This is growth. This is abundance. This is summertime. I feel like if you're hoping something kind of materializes, let's point to summer. Feels like growth. Some of you could have met a father to a potential future child. That's just a side note. We have the King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Sun here. This is fatherly. very phallic, then we have a baby here. So that's for a very small few of you. If you're coming here to ask about a person, there's lots of growth here. If you're coming to ask about a situation, a new chapter in life, there's a lot of growth here. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting this. I almost want to say too, if like if you're in a relationship where you're not kind of sharing or expressing who you're with, celebrating who you're with, it's kind of time to do that. It's like safe. You're not going to look, foolish. Like if you're scared to talk about them on social media or something, like I'm getting that energy also. Celebrate the people you're with. Celebrate your here and now. It's going to bring more abundance, more happiness. Yeah, you're manifesting something new. This is in your position of power. I'm curious what this is. Oftentimes my readings are pretty positive, but with this death card here in the center of your reading, crossing this new beginning, that's bringing a lot of joy and passion and happiness, especially with the sun in the future, as well as the magician, manifesting something that you truly want. This is a very new beginning. This is number 1 in the tarot, the magician. There's an element of difficulty here. There's a period of difficulty here, and something about holding on to the past. Maybe this is past ideas, but I feel like a lot of Dark Night of the Soul energy. I mean, this feels like a spiritual evolution, I guess. But with that comes a lot of heavy energy. A lot of stuff rises to the surface. A lot of stuff has to be released. So in my opinion, people come to me and they're like, what are blocks? What are my blocks? Our blocks are ourselves. There's no blocks in us, in my opinion. Sometimes we hold it in our anyways, I'm not going to go down that route. But anyways, to me, this feels like with this card, it being in your subconscious, you are your only block in this situation. And it's about moving forward, about in regards to what you want to materialize in this next huge new cycle of life. In your environment, it's the 4 of Cups, sorry. Some of you could be wanting to live an extraordinary life, like a life really well lived, and coming to this point where what you've been doing in the past, it was happy and it was good for the time being, but it feels like it doesn't quite fit anymore. So I feel this energy could be of actual adventure, wanting more fun, wanting more life experiences. So simply adding more of those to your life. It's more like contemplation energy. How do I go about this? How do I, move forward with this? I don't feel any negative energy, especially if you're already in a relationship. If anything, it feels like, how can I have more adventure? I don't see any breakup cards. It probably involves this person, but how do I go about this? How do I bring more meaning to my life? So with my general readings, I feel like they're all very much like this spiritual undertone about like why everything's happening. And it's in a bigger sense. Like I don't really read about, I don't know how to describe it. I don't get a lot of, specific situational type events happening when I do like big, broad, general readings. It's more like, what is this energy? What is the weather happening in Scorpio's life? And that's what I feel like. There's just this movement, and this is what the feeling is. And the feeling is wanting more adventure, wanting more meaning. So it's a lot of thinking about this. You could be thinking about the past with interesting. Interesting. Okay, this just took a turn. This is for a small few of you. Some people could be leaving somebody for somebody else. There could have been a return from the past and there was a need to like either eliminate that energy, or maybe it's just in your mind. There was a, somebody that really caused pain, or you caused somebody pain. There's a need to release this person, and I feel like it's caused a lot of mental turmoil, mental thought. Obviously mental thought, but there's a need to release somebody, and it feels like somebody substantial, somebody that meant something, to make way for the Two of Cups. This can be a situation. You really need to let go of a situation that's no longer serving you. You're holding on. There's a new, bright, better future that brings more emotional fulfillment, and you're just at the beginning stages of manifesting it. So we have all of these law of attraction type energies, like think about what you want, and then you have the Magician here, and you have, a visualizing adventure. It feels like it's with somebody. If you're single, I'm definitely going to do another love reading this month, so definitely tune in, but this feels like, especially if you're single, you're clearing out a house to make room. You're healing your heart, you're doing the work, and now it's time to visualize who you're bringing in. What do they feel like? Perhaps they feel like this King of Swords, and King of Pentacles, somebody that's very clear and honest, somebody that means what they say, says what they mean, is reliable, trustworthy, like these good higher vibrational qualities of both of these men. It can be earth with air, air with earth, or female, it doesn't matter. You have love here as your outcome, balanced love, somebody that's willing to give as much as you give. A nice reciprocity here. Definitely an ending, though, to this. Whatever is causing overthinking. Whoever backstabbed you in the past, or whoever you backstabbed in the past, release this. We're all just learning. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. I always say, I was talking to my friend the other day about the energy of detachment. So kind of visualizing the life you want, the experiences you want to experience, especially in this new next phase, and kind of holding that in your heart space, in your mind. And, as things come in that don't quite match with you or fall away, and it's just not meant to be, there's definitely like sneaky underhanded energy. I don't know if this is you or with somebody else, but it caused you heartache. So there's this realization of lack of separateness. What we do to others, we're actually doing it to ourselves. That's our own karma. And forgive yourself, forgive others. Again, with this energy of detachment, whoever falls in or falls out of your life path, on this path to, this final outcome that you want to kind of achieve, or this next stepping stone, allow it, trust, have faith that that's part of this scheme. It makes things a lot easier. And it gets us away from this energy of like really holding on to situations. And sometimes we don't know they're not the right ones for us. It will release a lot of expectations. When I get this card of holding on too tight, it's almost like that devil energy where, we feel bound and constricted to a certain thing, and we focus our outcome on this specific thing, and we place our happiness in it, and we place, all of this stuff, when in reality, we're fighting against our own energy, against, that's probably not a good way to explain it. I'll think of it. What's this outcome with the Two of Cups? What's this balanced love and Scorpio's outcome? The Wheel of Fortune. The wish come true on the bottom. You guys are headed for a really positive month of May. I feel like at the beginning there's still a lot of release to do, still a lot of working through. It feels like personal issues, personal stuff. It has nothing to do with other people. It's like what you've experienced and releasing it and kind of stepping into this new paradigm. Wheel of Fortune. You know, I was talking about the Devil card, and even though it didn't come out, it's here, you know, kind of coming out of this period of attachment, it feels, because this is kind of the opposite of the Devil, equal, balanced love. You know, you see these two healing helix snakes in the middle, and that's really representative of a healthy relationship. You know, we have our own lives, and we come together, and we kind of have our own separate lives. It's finding this nice balance. So if you were in a karmic relationship in the past, let it go. Something better is coming in, and trust that. Trust that there's no repeating cycles here, because I don't see it. I see growth, and I see manifesting something new. With this as your outcome, even if you're in a relationship, this is a healing, balance. There could be even travel. I feel it's pointing to summer, where a lot of positive energy is just kind of just on the up curve. Anyways, while I'm here, why don't I get another card? All right. What's one additional card for the sign of Scorpio? What would help them for this month of May? What would help Scorpio for the month of May? Truth, hearing truth. This card. So it's number 21 from the Earth Warriors Oracle card. If you guys want to look it up, I'm not going to read all of this because it's like 5 pages long, but let's see what it has to say. Hearing truth. There is a deeper truth that shall bring peace to your heart, offering you guidance, comfort, and renewal. You are guided to turn within for your answers. Do not allow another to interpret, influence, or distort your personal, trusting relationship with the divine. Allow Great Spirit to your highest counsel always, and you shall never be led astray. You shall know the words to speak and the consciousness to hold, to evoke healing and to set things right. Listen, for deep within, truth is known. It says, in a reading, focus on what you know to be true, by tuning into what you feel and not focusing on appearances or the opinions of others. There is a voice of spirit deep within you. Anytime you want or need guidance, you have the ability to tune into that inner voice, bringing peace, comfort, and clarity. It takes courage to turn within rather than putting your faith in the people and things of this world. But you have enough inner strength and wisdom to do this. The truth within has been spoken. Trust that you can hear it. Yeah, sorry. Let me just read a little bit more. Sorry if I'm boring you guys. It's the end, so you can turn it off if you're bored. Spiritual guidance. It says you have an intuitive ability to recognize truths of the spirit. Dadiri is an Australian Aboriginal term for the deep spiritual practice of reflective and respectful listening. It's a deep listening for truth beyond physical words and their logical meaning. It is the way the shaman hears with the soul. Through the power of his or her own inner experiences, the shaman is able to create spiritual wisdom for the community, bringing balance and unity between the realm of Great Spirit and our earth. As one who holds the potential power of the shaman, it's part of your soul journey to seek out deeper meaning, to never assume the whole truth is revealed in what another says, and instead to listen carefully, sometimes even for the truth evidenced in what is not being said, but being communicated in other ways. Others will naturally be drawn to you for counsel, but you must be sure that loving wisdom is the source through which your counsel is gleaned. Anyways, what I'm feeling for this card too, it's that energy of what's best for you is best for everybody. So there's no need to kind of dwell on the past. As long as you trust yourself and trust your decision-making ability moving forward and trusting your own inner guidance, this is the path of enlightenment. You know, when nobody can kind of steer you off or wrong, when you're kind of in this steadfast knowing, is this right for me? And you have that ability to be in alignment with your actions of your heart, this is the path. I mean, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. But knowing long term, it's what's best. So if you want to take an adventure, take an adventure. If you want to do it alone, do it alone. But whatever it is, don't bring the past to the future. I feel like it's going to be totally different. So expect that. Expect something totally brighter. Anyway, Scorpio, this is getting super long. It's a pleasure reading for you. And again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I'll be back with a love reading maybe in a day or two. I'm trying to get some more videos out and not just do two a month. I really like doing them for the collective. So anyways, bye, Scorpio.